You know how to factor common binomial terms. You also know how to factor common monomial terms. We will apply this knowledge to polynomials with rational exponents. Looking at this example, we see that it has two powers which are rational, a negative 1/2 and a positive 3/2. It also has a common binomial term, which is 2x minus 1. From our first lesson, we learned that we can replace a binomial with a single term, and in this case, we will use z. X times z raised to the negative 1/2 plus z raised to the 3/2. Let's recall that the smallest power will always be subtracted from the larger power. So in this situation, negative 1/2 is the smallest power. It will be subtracted from 3/2. So looking at the process, we see we have 3/2 minus the negative 1/2. We're going to change the operation to addition. We find that the result of that will give me 4/2, which is equal to 2. Now, looking at negative 1/2 minus the negative 1/2, we see that the math will give us a 0. And you have to recall that any variable raised to the 0 power will always equal the whole number 1. We will now factor out the z to the negative 1/2 power. So this will give me x, z to the negative 1/2 minus the negative 1/2 gave me 0, so that would be z to the 0. I don't have to write that down. We know it's 1. And we subtract the z to the 3/2 minus the negative 1/2, and that gave me z to the second power. Now we have to replace the z with 2x minus 1. So we will have 2x minus 1 raised to the negative 1/2 power. We will have x plus. Now that z is being raised to the second power, so we better put the 2x minus 1 in parentheses. We're going to simplify this. We have 2x minus 1 raised to the negative 1/2. We have x plus 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. Combine similar terms, and our answer will be 2x minus 1 raised to the negative 1/2, 4x squared minus 3x plus 1.